Okay.
First question, how was life after house job?
Okay. So about life after house job. Okay, I can give you guys the light scoop or the deep scoop. Which one do you guys want?
Light school.
Okay. When you are approaching the end of your house job, you'll be very happy. Then if you're someone like me who can reflect, then you begin to see the growth you've made from being a medical student to being a proper doctor. Especially if you go to a good hospital where they allow you, get engrossed in the daily runnings and dealings management of patients. You begin to see the growth, how far you've grown as an individual, as a doctor. So that's the first one. Then nostalgia, of course, will kick in. Took a few pictures. I was happy I was done. And then immediately after house job, you have to sign. So in that period, I think I wasn't doing anything. I became bored. So I did BP, private practice, one hospital beside where I did a house job. It was okay, but it very quickly dawned on me that I didn't want to be an emo for too long because where I went to was just a small clinic. All the cases we were seeing was cough and catarrh, malaria. I was like, ew, So it very quickly dawned on me that, you don't want to spend too long being an emo. If you do, you might end up being very stagnant. Or that all that knowledge you've acquired in house job probably be the most you ever know unless you put in more effort. And if you know anything about Nigerian healthcare system, consultants actually hit emos a lot. They want you to become a resident. So it'd be immediately after house job, it became very clear to me how much I'd grown and how much I won't grow if I don't put in effort. You can just very easily become an MO before if you just pass a PMO, become HMO, become CMO, you become BMO, Baba MO, Yes, so the effort that you need to put in, first of all, yes, I strongly suggest if you can, spend a few months being an MO if you want. Just so you get a feel of what your new reality is like. You're no longer, and if you're someone who did your house job in a government hospital or a private hospital, you already have an idea what an MO is supposed to look like. But if you are someone who did it in a private hospital, you might need to, I'd advise that you actually spend a few months just knowing what it feels like. Maybe you do it in a private hospital. Private hospitals are not really the best if you have not yet had any experience with the government, because in private hospital, as a doctor, you are seen as an employee, which you are, but more like a foot soldier. You basically don't really have rights, patient-centered care as should be, but also have some protection for your doctor. So what you should do, definitely, please keep yourself updated. If you're going to get into residency, get into residency. If you're a Nigerian and you're a doctor and you don't plan on leaving the country, you should definitely get into residency. I see no reason why you should stay being an MO. That's one. If you want to stay an MO, maybe you can diversify into tech, whatever your dreams or your desires or something you've been wanting to explore, then you explore that. So you have the residency route, you have explore your desires, and then the third one would be to leave the country. If you're looking to leave the country, then some people are smarter. In house job, they've written IELTS or written Flap 1 or written Step 1, whatever. So basically, that's basically how about it. Don't stay, don't remain an emo. But this is just and this is not to kick or to, I don't know. Yeah, I've looked down on people who have stayed emo. Life happens to every one of us. People get married, they have children, things change, parents looking to you for dependency. So many factors that I cannot. But if you are someone who has the privilege, then definitely don't stay being an emo. Please look forward, progress. Financial situation, let me just give you will be broke, you'll be worse. You'll probably be worse. Financial situation is going to take a downturn after house job. When I was in house job, someone sent me a picture. The picture divided into during house job, Cold Stone. During NYSC, it was butter. It was blue band, empty blue band container with Gary inside. That is the stark reality. In most places, you'll be earning less than what you were earning as an HO, as an MO. You have increased in your title, but your financial abilities have actually dropped. Yeah, people say you should save money during house job. My brother, that money will finish. It will still finish. Why you want to? Maybe you have investments or you are from a rich family. However, if you're someone who is not so well to do, and I'm not saying you're living from paycheck to paycheck, but like you need that constant inflow, yeah, so you should prepare. It's going to come like waves. Like during house job, if I get paid, because I was working with under MOD, with the military hospital, so they didn't pay us on time. So they might pay you 3 months and 2 months and 1 month and 3 months. So when that 3 months comes in, you have like your account will be, these days as an MO, you work to, it's not even funny, but yeah, your financial situation is likely to take a very, especially that service, that NYSC. Let me not say what I think. My NYSC experience, so what was my NYSC experience like? Okay, so going to campus school was not really much. Where we are doctors, so we stay in the clinic. We don't do all those parades outside. We don't really so. And then yes, so this is where your house job is very important. So pay attention. So like I'd say, pay attention to maybe more auto cases while you're in house job. Reason being because most of the things you'll encounter in camp are things that you can handle. Typhoid, malaria, all those gastroenteritis, all those. Don't really. But like maybe during what they call this thing with the manual war activities, people could have dislocated shoulder, dislocated hip, and like me personally now, I have reduced a hip dislocation with my consultant. We didn't have any, but we had a shoulder dislocation. We brought the person to the clinic, and unfortunately for me, I went to house job. Before I did house, I went to service before I did house job with. We were in the same, and they knew that I was very close with the orthopedic consultant. They were asking me to come and reduce we never did it, so I couldn't do it. So basically, whatever you're learning in a house job, just take more. You can take more liking to orthopedic, or basically just pay more attention to whatever you come across, because when you get to clinic, you're going to be expected to do one of two things. You will have support. Every camp has support from the major tertiary institution within the area. So like I was in Kefi, so we had major support from FMC Kefi. We had consultants, people coming in, senior doctors coming in almost every day, to review the cases and whatnot. And then you also get to measure yourself immediately with your counterparts once you finish house job, especially in NYSC, in clinic or whatever. So for example, when we're still processing we're processing our permanent license. We get provisional license, then you get permanent license. So we're discussing with other doctors, like, what areas they would like to sharpen, what areas they'd be looking to go into. And we had done our house job at military hospital. This is not promo for military hospitals, by the way. Just do your house job wherever you feel comfortable. You catch up, it doesn't really matter. So we're asking, where do you want to sharpen? And this guy who went to a teaching hospital was telling us A and E. And we who had gone to military hospital, we don't want to do anything A and E anymore, because we had done it so much. Like, you have been the first responder throughout your house job. Like, you've seen enough emergency medicine to last you. So we were done with that. So basically what I'm saying is pay more attention. Whatever you're doing in house job, read up on your cases. Basically, just try your best. I know it's not easy, but very soon you start to see the distinguishing factors immediately, especially immediately after you finish your house job. Very, very quickly, the people who were best graduating students, yes, not to keep best graduating students, but basically your knowledge, if it doesn't translate into your practicals, is going to show. And nobody's going to ask you if you're a BGS, basically. But discussion will begin and you will know. Your colleagues too will know. And that's another thing. Your colleagues will always know. So if they've seen how you interact with patients, how you manage patients, your colleagues, I'm not even talking about seniors, they know where to rate you, they know how to place you, they know what to refer to you, the way they will talk about you, the way they will recommend you or not. All these things are going to come to the fore, yeah. So pay more attention during that. Mixed emotions. So let's start with the positives. So the positives. So personally, me, I'm someone who I choose my work space very, very carefully. So where I'm working matters a lot. It's not the workload. The people I'm working with matters a lot. So far so good. I've been able to work with good people. So that is actually the major positive of almost every health institution in Nigeria. The people are very good, and they are doing so much with so little. That's the major drawback of practicing in Nigeria. The things we have to do, and we do not have the tools to do them. Basically, limitations in the workspace. That's my limitations in the health industry. That's my major drawback, not of practicing in Nigeria. Yes, other people will have drawbacks like medical elders. I've not encountered. I said in my previous video that I've not had any medical elder that how do I put it, that which haunted me, and up till now I still haven't had that. So yeah, my colleagues, senior colleagues, those are the positives of practicing in Nigeria. But even now, a lot of them are leaving. The best minds, specialists are leaving. So yeah, that's the major drawback actually. The limitations that come with practicing in Nigeria. You can't do so much, and then the positives will be the people you work with, the nurses, everyone. What would be my best advice? Okay, first of all, pay attention. Pay attention. If you're a medical student, just pay attention. It might not all be clear, but once you start practicing, like when you get into the field, everything will make sense. Like as I was discussing with my friend, Dr. Toby, we had graduated I think 2 or 3 years ago, but he delved into business, and then I think he's now trying to come back. So he had a lot of gaps. But when he went to the hospital and he started getting 1 or 2, he told me, it became clear. A lot of things became clear to him. And that's how consultants and that's how they consult. Yes, they are very brilliant. They are very intelligent set of people, granted, yes. And they worked very hard to get where they are. But a lot of what they do is experience and repetition. So you don't need to cram. So as a medical student, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever it takes to pass, whether you understand or not. Of course, I always say it's always better to understand, but you cannot understand everything. But just pay attention. That's for medical students. When you start practicing, it will come clear. For recent foreign graduates, same thing. Just pass your NYSC. Once you pass your NYSC, you start job, everything will come across. You might have imposter syndrome. I addressed that in my last video. Just start. Those things will wear off with time. Apply yourself, as a foreign graduate. Apply yourself. Now, this one is my own claim. In all the places I've worked in since I landed, I passed my MDCN. Majority have been foreign graduates. Majority have been foreign. Where I'm working now, we are, I think, 4 or 5 foreign graduates, 1 home trained. That are MOs, that are running the hospital. All that talk about foreign, this thing, doesn't matter. A lot of people are jackpine. And you too, that you are foreign, you're also most likely going to jack. Don't let that one bug you. Pass the MDCN. Apply yourself during our job, learn the skills that you need to learn. And then I think those are the 3 groups.
Thank you for watching. More interviews coming your way on my channel. Do like, share, subscribe. Until my next video, God bless you. Bye.